Matinee baseball from MLB Network. We're live at Yankee Stadium in the Bronx. Coming up, we've got a good matchup in store between the Baltimore Orioles and the New York Yankees. Looking forward to this matchup, and it's next on MLB Network. Masahiro Tanaka, the right-hander from Japan, will get the starting assignment in this one. Harold, any thoughts?
Matt, I like this guy. He is a really good pitcher. An ERA just a little over 3 last season. He's usually pretty tough on the opponent. He's going to keep you in the game and give that manager some opportunities late in the game to get a W. I like what this guy brings, and maybe he'll bring it today.
Here's the center fielder now, Adam Jones. And we are ready for some daytime baseball. And we are underway from Yankee Stadium as the first pitch is taken for ball one. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. And there's a pitch that just misses the inside corner. Our temperature 74 degrees as we get things started this afternoon. Here's the 2-0 pitch now to Jones. Down low, and the plot thickens here. 3-0. From the windup, the 3-0 pitch. Now a swing, and he just fouls this one away. Ready on 3-1. Here's the pitch. A fastball that he's way out in front of. A swing and a miss.
He was able to sneak that fastball by him on 3-1. So now we've got a battle on our hands.
Something has to give. Here's the payoff pitch. And this one's tapped foul at home plate. He's ready. Now the payoff pitch. Swung on and missed. Really fooled him that time for the first out. And now the starting lineup for the visiting Baltimore Orioles. Who stands out to you, Danny?
Well, there are very few guys that can do what Adam Jones can do for a team. He's one of those guys you want at the plate in those big game-defining moments. He's such a clutch hitter. I love watching him in those situations, and hopefully we'll have that in this game as well.
Here's Seth Smith now. In past meetings with Tanaka, 2 for 9. Into the windup and the pitch. And here's a slider that runs inside that time, and that'll keep him from diving out over the plate.
Pretty good pitch and a great take there. There's not a lot you could do with that slider breaking down and unless you can catch it way out front and hook it down the line. You see a lot of swinging misses on those. Right
side, defense aligned perfectly. Backhanded. Throw gets him. 2 down.
Batting third baseman number 13, Manny Machado.
Into the box, Manny Machado. First chance for him here in the top of the first with nobody on. Here comes the first pitch. And he gets the call that time for strike number 1. And there is our officiating crew in this one, calling balls and strikes, Mr. Freddie Ferguson.
Yeah, Matt, Freddie might call a few strikes below the knees in this one, but he tends to get pretty good reviews. Players don't argue a whole lot. He's consistent. He almost never impacts the game in a negative way.
And this is down at knee level as it's chopped foul at home plate. And a slider called strike 3 as he couldn't pull the trigger, and the side is retired. 3 up, 3 down for the Orioles. Orioles kept off the scoreboard. Yankees coming to bat in the first. You're watching MLB Network. Kevin Gausman, the native of Colorado, gets the start on the mound. What do we need to know here, Danny?
Hey, you don't see a lot of guys that have 5 pitches, right? Sometimes it's hard to master even 2 or 3, but if you can master 5 like he has, he'll be in pretty good shape.
Here comes Brett Gardner now as he'll lead things off in the home first.
Leading off for the Yankees, number 11, left fielder Brett Gardner.
A high fastball is in there. And oh, he can't get out of the way of that one, so the leadoff man will be on to open the frame.
Of course the crowd is going to get on him a little bit here, but I find it hard to believe there was any intention there. Bottom of the first, you never want to dig yourself a hole on the mound just to send a message.
Here's the center fielder, Jacoby Ellsbury. His career numbers against Kevin Gausman: comes in with 6 hits in 31 tries. Now the pitch home to Ellsbury, and he'll try and crowd him there with a fastball to start the at-bat. It's 1-0.
Well, that'll wake everyone up. Anytime you buzz the tower like that, there's reason for people to start getting a little bit edgy.
And that one stayed too low, apparently.
Well, you clearly have a guy scuffling right now on the mound. Look, he hit the last batter, and then he's falling behind here. As a hitter, you just got to sit there and look for one specific pitch before you swing.
Three and 0 now.
He's got to get his head together, step off, refocus. Look, hit a batter, and now it looks like he might walk this guy to start the inning. Not a good way to start the inning.
The 3-0 pitch. Takes a high fastball for a strike.
1 strike.
Nobody out, runner on first. And the good fastball there finds the zone as the count goes full now. 3-2.
That was a beautiful pitch, Matt, particularly in this ballpark. The ball flies here in this park, so he's going to have to keep the ball down. If he doesn't, we're going to see a lot of balls in the air deep for homers.
Full count. Here it comes. Swung on and missed. He didn't even come close to contact on a ball way out of the zone. 1 out. A moment now from Yankee Stadium to take a look at Joe Girardi's starting lineup. HR, how do they send their fan base home happy here today?
I tell you, I thought long and hard about what the key was for them, and it comes down to one word: discipline. If they're disciplined at the plate, if they don't run into outs, and if they throw to the right bases, they got a chance to win this game.
Now batting, Gary Sanchez. First swings for him in this one with a runner still at first and 1 gone. Here's the first pitch to him. Tough slider down low for a strike. The 0-1 on its way. Outside for a ball, 1-1. Runner at first here, 1 man out. Now a throw over, and he just manages to get his hand in. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Line to the right side. A leap here, but it ticks off his glove. And he'll get in there safely.
Well, that's called smelling a base hit right there. He beats out an infield single. Not everybody hustles out of the box, but he darn sure knew he better, and he did.
Matt Holliday standing in now as he'll take a look at ball 1.
This is the guy they're going to have to be careful with. He can put 3 runs on the board in a hurry, so expect them to try to get him to chase something out of the zone if they can.
The 1-0 delivery. Dribbled to the right side. And indeed, he'll not even try as he goes to first, and that means 2 men are in scoring position now with 2 away.
Batting fifth, first baseman, Greg Bird.
Coming to the plate now, Greg Bird, and he could give his guys an early lead if he can come through here. In there, strike 1. Nothing in 1 count. Here it comes. Swings through it for strike number 2.
Definitely a big pitch coming up right here. He's going to be pumped if he can work his way out of this inning with the game still tied.
Squared that one up just a little late.
He appears to be having some issues with pitch command to start the game. He's dealing with 2 guys on, and that last pitch looked like a big mistake in that location, right down the middle, but he got away with it.
Here it comes, 0-2. The next 0-2 misses, and that'll move it to 1-2 now. A ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Little chopper back to the mound. Throw on to first, and the Yankee threat goes by the boards as the inning is over. Yanks strand a pair, and this is still a 0-0 ball game. Here's Chris Davis now. He'll be the one to lead off against Masahiro Tanaka.
First baseman, Chris Davis.
Into the windup and the pitch. Hit hard down the line. And this will stay inside the third base bag. A fair ball. Davis will round first and make his way to second now. And the Orioles are in business here. It's a leadoff double. Here's Mark Trumbo now.
Mark Trumbo.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. And a slider bounces, and that gets away. And he's going to make it up to third here as he advances on the wild pitch.
That can be a tough read as a runner on second to see if the ball has gotten away enough to move to third. You have to be sure you can make it. He was there, and now he's only 90 feet away.
Here it comes, 1-0 to Trumbo. And that pitch catches the inside corner.
This is where you got to pitch to the strikeout. Infield's drawn in. You don't want contact. You want to make him swing and miss. Throw the nastiest stuff you have.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. A wave and a miss, a tick behind a good fastball.
If you're going to catch up to a high fastball like that, it's all about getting that front foot down in enough time to allow your hands to start moving forward. He was way too late there.
Runner at third here, nobody out. And a liner foul into the seats down the right side. He'll try again, 1-2. In the dirt and blocked behind the plate. And a nice job to keep the runners at bay as the count moves to 2-2. Even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. And a slider's in the dirt as he lays off it for a ball. Seventh pitch of the at-bat coming up. And a swing and a miss. He struck him out, and the go-ahead run stays at third with 1 big out on the scoreboard now.
All right, here's how the Yanks line up defensively. Brought to you by Majestic. I'm looking down there, shortstop, Didi Gregorius. I love how this guy defends. You know, coming to New York and replacing Derek Jeter, that's a lot of pressure. But I knew he could handle it when I had a conversation with Brandon Phillips, and he told me he's got the best hands he played with when he was with the Reds.
Here's Jonathan Scope now. In past meetings with Tanaka, 3 for 15. 2 of those hits were for home runs. Sliced hard on the ground. And that'll just sneak past the glove, and it should be a base hit. And the run will score easily as the Orioles are off to a 1-0 lead.
Gotta love it when you got the infield drawn in. That's the way you can get a hit right there on an RBI. They're drawn in. Just hit it hard as you can, and you maybe even catch the ground ball like he did right there, and you pick up an RBI. Take advantage of how the defense is placed. I love it.
Here's the catcher, Wellington Castillo, as he'll go after the first pitch and bounce it into foul territory. Orioles out to an early 1-0 lead here in inning number 2. And this one gets away. And forget about the double play now as he'll move up to second here on the wild pitch. Here's the 0-2. And the third baseman will have a look at it, but this is back into the seats. Ready with another 0-2. In the dirt, and now let's see. Throw goes to third, and he's going to make it up to third here as he advances on the wild pitch.
As a former pitcher, I can tell you sometimes you're just going to have games that get away from you. He's been struggling all outing long, and that wild pitch puts a little salt into the wound. He just hasn't had it in this one.
The 1-2 pitch. And he gets under this one as the ball is skied into very shallow right. And Castro will put this one away for out number 2.
Batting 8th, shortstop, J.J. Hardy.
Now to the plate, J.J. Hardy trying to cash in here in his first at-bat with a runner at third and 2 gone. From the stretch, a splitter, but he started it too low as it bounces up to the plate.
1 out away from stranding that runner on third, so the last thing you want to do is throw a wild pitch and let him score. Nice job there by the catcher to knock that one down.
Ball 2 now. Two and 0 count. Here it comes. Down low, and the plot thickens here. 3-0. Hyun-Soo Kim would be next. He's set. Here's the 3-0. There's a knee-high pitch that catches the zone. And then that's a pretty good example of why he's such a great pitcher.
Yeah, stuff. Stuff is obviously the important key to being dominant on the mound, but it doesn't mean a whole lot if you don't have outstanding control to go along with it. But he does, and he really spotted that pitch.
Here comes the 3-1 pitch. Looks like he swung it underwater that time for strike 2.
Beautifully thrown splitter right there. High 80s, down in the zone. Looks like a fastball coming in, and then it just drops off the table. You can get a lot of swinging strikes with that.
Hoping to send him packing. Pitch on its way. Neither guy willing to give in, and the at-bat will continue. The next 3-2. He got him. Lively fastball that time, and it puts an end to the inning. Orioles settle for 1. We'll go to the bottom half of inning number 2. It's the Orioles 1 and the Yankees nothing. Here's Starlin Castro. His career numbers against Kevin Gausman, just 3 for 14. 7 strikeouts on the stat sheet as well. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. And this is taken outside for ball 1. 1-0 pitch on the way. Here's a swing and a ground ball, but a foul ball. 1-1. And a slider misses here. 2 balls and a strike.
So he threw the slider darting away to him 2 times in a row. Now I don't think he'll go for it again. I'm looking for something hard inside on this pitch.
The 2-1 on its way. Chop fouled over towards the coaching box. Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. A fastball that just misses inside. Full count. Here it comes. Good swing on a tough pitch, and he'll stick around to see another one.
Well, he fouls off that fastball right there, and you wonder, does he love his fastball enough to come back with it 3 times in a row?
Once again, a 3-2. Now a swing and a miss as Castro was retired here for the first out.
All right, here's how the Orioles are lining up defensively, brought to you by Majestic. And I'm looking at the catcher, Wellington Castillo. In other words, Beef Wellington, get it? Vin Scully turned me on to that one. But hey, I'll tell you what else is really starting to beef up for him is that his offense has really come along as he got older. He could always catch, frame the ball, and make throws to the bases, but the offense has made him a different type of player.
Here's the first pitch to him. And this one's nowhere close as that bounces to the plate for ball 1. Now a swing and a ball chopped foul right at home plate. Hit out towards second. On to Davis at first, and there are 2 away.
Batting 8th, third baseman, Chase Headley.
Digging in the switch hitter, Chase Headley. He'll try to make something happen with 2 gone in the bottom of the second. Infield shifted well to the right. Here's the first pitch. Now a check swing as he's able to fight this one off. Foul. Two out, nobody on. Oh, and Headley can't come up with that one as he swings through it for strike 2 now.
I really like that pitch right there. The batter will tell you everything. You get a late swing right there on a fastball low and away. That means that's a great located pitch.
And he'll try and tempt him with one in the dirt, but he'll hold back here. It's 1-2.
He's pitching him with the respect of the power hitting left-hander that he is. If you're going to beat me, you're going to beat me the opposite direction. I like the strategy.
1-2. Here it comes. A fastball down near the shoe tops.
Well, that's great discipline. He's clearly sticking with his plan. Those 2 balls were down. He's thinking to himself, make him get it up before I swing. Get it off the knees.
Oh, and look out as this runs in and gets him. The second man he's plunked in this one.
And I'm sure that one stings a little bit. The best revenge he can get for his pain is to find a way to come around to score. We'll see if his guys can move him around the bases.
Here's big Aaron Judge. His career numbers against Kevin Gausman, 0 for 4. First delivery to him on the way. And a fastball just a bit up.
Well, now they got the tying run at first base. Now it's going to take a ball in the gap to really score this guy from first base. And I'm really curious how they're going to defend that on a relay throw, and maybe if we have a play or not. But you got to hit one in the gap to get there first.
A 1-0 delivery. Takes a look at a slider that catches the inside corner. 2 out with the man at first. Back up the middle. Throw over to Hardy at second, and that'll end the inning. 1 left for the Yankees. They're on the short end of a 1-0 score. Welcome back to Major League Baseball on MLB Network as we're set for the top half of the third from the Bronx. Settling in now, Hyun-Soo Kim. He'll lead things off here in this 1-run contest.
Hyun-Soo Kim.
And this one's chopped foul right at home plate. The windup and the 0-1. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. Here it comes, 0-2. Liner towards second. That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit. So the Orioles get their leadoff man aboard to start the inning.
Well, that's a slider breaking in right there, and if it's not in on your hands, that's a dangerous pitch. He got lucky that ball didn't go further.
Standing in now, Adam Jones, as he'll watch a slider that stays inside for ball 1. He was a strikeout victim in his first try. Here's the 1-0. Splitter that misses too low, and he's behind 2-0 now.
On 2-0, you can bet he's looking for a fastball that he can turn on and drive. Might be thinking about picking on that big hole between first and second.
2-0 pitch on the way. Pitch outside. The throw. Way late, and he's in there easily at second. A runner at second, nobody out. Swing and a ball hit to the left side, and this is going to wind up a souvenir.
Oh, I know he'd like to see that pitch again. Just out in front of it. Just wasn't able to keep it fair, but he saw it pretty good.
He's set. Here's the 3-1. And he misses there for ball 4. So runners are at first and second now with nobody out.
Huge innings have begun with much less, I can tell you that. First and second, no out, and the guy on the bump really needs a strikeout or a double play right here.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Seth Smith. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. This one's flared out toward left. Gardner comes in a few steps as he hauls it in for the first out.
The third baseman, number 13, Manny Machado.
Ready for another chance. Manny Machado. First time up, he went down looking. From the belt, the pitch. Right there for strike 1.
Oh, that's for sure going to be a pitch he wants back. You're not going to get many balls right in the wheelhouse from a top-level arm like this.
The 0-1 pitch. Lays off the slider, and it's 1-1. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Turned on down the line. Working for the punch out and the offering. Now here's a swing and a high pop-up drifting into shallow right field. Castro takes charge out there, and he stays with it for the second out.
First baseman, number 19, Chris Davis.
Digging in for his second at-bat, Chris Davis. 2 on, 2 out for him here in the third. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. In the dirt here. Good job to corral this quickly as the runners hold on. The 1-0 delivery. Takes a look down at the knees for a strike. Ready with the 1-1 pitch. And a splitter here, but he had a bit too much on it as this bounces up to the plate.
Seems to me like they're pitching him a little bit more cautiously after that double he had his first time up.
Cut fastball, and he's got to lean out of the way of that one.
He's gotten himself into a little bit of trouble out here. Middle of the order up in a run-scoring situation, and now he might have to challenge him. Going to have to make some good pitches here.
Hitters count all the way. Here it comes. And he misses with it for ball 4. So the bases will be loaded now with 2 away.
And that's 2 free passes in the third inning alone. So you have to wonder if maybe it's something mechanical or if it's just psychological. Got to get back on track here.
Striding in once again, Mark Trumbo. One of the bigger spots in the ball game so far. Bases juiced now with 2 away. Sharp slider that time, just missed inside.
Hey, 2 walks in this inning already, so he can't expect to stay out there much longer if he puts somebody else on. We'll see if he can find it.
Good swing, just got to try and straighten that one out. Trying to hang a 0. Here's the pitch. Hit hard up the middle, and that's through into center field. Base hit. 1 run scores. Tack on another here as the runner scores from second. It's a 3-0 game.
The second baseman
digging in to try it again, Jonathan Scope, and we'll see what he can do here. 2 on, 2 away, 2 home so far this inning. First pitch coming. Here it is. And now this is smothered, but it squirts away a bit. So the lead runner holds on, but the trailer will take second.
Well, he's just lost complete control of the baseball in this inning. 2 walks and now a wild pitch. You know he's talking to himself in his head, and I can't imagine he's saying any real nice things either.
And this is in the dirt here as it bounds a few feet away. The runners will hold, but meanwhile the count moves to 2-0. Second and third, 2 away. Hit down the third baseline, but a foul ball, and it's 2-1 now. And a whiff at a good slider that time.
A strike away now from getting out of this mess. Sometimes pitching is all about minimizing, right? So keeping it to 2 runs across in the inning would be huge.
Ready on 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here it comes. And that slider's almost in the dirt.
For the guy on the mound, this is one of those innings where nothing comes easy. He's thrown a bunch of pitches, and this AB hasn't been any different. Definitely laboring at the moment.
He's set. Here's the 3-2. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Ellsbury is under it. No trouble with this one, and the inning is over. So it's 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and a couple of men left. We'll move on to the bottom of inning number 3. Baltimore's out in front, 3-0. So coming to the plate, Brett Gardner. He'll step in to start things out here against Kevin Gausman.
Brett Gardner.
First pitch on its way. Takes a look at one catching the outside corner. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Takes a look at a strike over the inside corner.
He's really put himself now in a position where he's got to battle. Took the first 2 strikes, didn't swing, and now you just grind out the AB.
A windup and the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and that'll get a groan from the home supporters here. 1 away.
Nice 2-seam fastball there. You don't usually see a lot of swings and misses with that pitch unless it's really moving. So that one must have had some real good late life.
Into the box, Jacoby Ellsbury. As he swings and misses at a first pitch fastball, 0-1. Looking to put the ball in play here. He went down on strikes in his first at bat. One strike home now to Ellsbury. And he swings on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Now a swing and a softly hit ground ball. Throw gets him. 2 down.
Now batting, catcher, Gary Sanchez.
Digging in, Gary Sanchez. And this is just off the outside corner for a ball. 1-0. Now a swing and a ground ball. This should do it. Throw on to first, and the Orioles get a complete game shutout from their starter as this ball game is over.
Hey, anytime you can win a game, let alone on the road, you have to feel really good about yourself. It's not easy going into that other team's ballpark and coming out with a win, but they did just that.
(3-0) the final score in this one today. Baltimore earned the victory despite only collecting 4 total hits. Masahiro Tanaka worked only 3 innings in the losing effort. So that'll just about do it. For my partners Harold Reynolds and Dan Plesac, this is Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching a presentation of MLB Network. So long, everybody.
First for the victorious Orioles. 3 runs, 4